You're my one and only, like I told you. I'll be there. And if you get blue, I got the loving for you. Yeah, I'll be there. Your heartache, it kills me, but your loving, it thrills me. I'll be there. Whatever tomorrow may hold, I know you're the one for me, child. And when we're together, my love, you give me hope and a way to cope. Yeah, yeah. I'll be there. Ooh, I'll be there. And when I'm at home, I got no one to hold. Won't you tell me I'll be there? If my mind is reeling from the stress that I'm feeling, I need you. I'll be there. I just need your love, and I long for your touch. Won't you tell me I'll be there? Your loneliness kills me, but your loving, it thrills me. Won't you speak those words? I'll be there. Whatever tomorrow may hold, I know you're the one for me, child. And when we're together, my love, you give me hope and a way to cope, yeah. Whenever you're lonely, just pick up the phone and call me. I'll be there. Girl, let me show you, you're my one and only, like I told you. I'll be there. 'Cause if you get blue, I got the loving for you. I'll show I'll be there. Your heartache, it kills me, but your loving, it thrills me. Yeah, I'll be there. Whatever tomorrow may hold, I know you're the one for me, child. And when we're together, my love, you give me hope and a way to cope. Yeah, yeah.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Teddy, and you are listening to MessyMocha on this Thursday, September 26th. Fair use commentary. This entire broadcast is for education, criticism, news reporting, and entertainment purposes only. All right. We'll just put that back up for one moment. There's a lot to get to. Mayor Eric Adams, is expected to face charges today. Last night, the indictment came, it was sealed, and I am following a number of news channels this morning, including NBC New York. All right. Shout out to the mob, all my other bears I call the Grizzlies. Please hit the like on your way in. We are live right now on Instagram, X, Twitch, Facebook, and here on YouTube. So, hello. Good morning. A lot to get to. Shout out to my moderators also. Thank you for joining me. You can also email me right now at unwindwithteddy at gmail.com. Yeah, I like that setting. It's really calming. Um, it looks very much like that outside now. Okay, so let's begin. I was going to remind you of another case that uh, was filed uh, between two YouTubers, but I will get to that in a moment. Let's let Eric Adams, who is expected to receive the charges or be read those charges today. Well, New York Mayor Eric Adams is expected today uh, to stand before the court and face these charges. They're federal charges by prosecutors out of the Southern District of New York. Adams strongly denied any wrongdoing in a statement last night. I am innocent and I will fight this with every ounce of my spirit. He said his administration is reeling from multiple high level resignations and at least four federal probes. Prominent voices from New York and national political circles have called on Adams to resign last night. The FBI searched Adams' home, Gracie Mansion, this morning, according to a video from WNBC and NBC News, and multiple people familiar with the matter. So, 41 minutes ago, vehicles seen leaving Adams' home. 5 vehicles were seen departing Gracie Mansion around 9:40 a.m. The feds searched Adams' home in an effort to create a spectacle. This is what is being said by Adams' attorney. He said the FBI searched the mayor's home to create a spectacle and take Mayor Adams' phone again. The search at Gracie Mansion came after news broke that Adams was expected to face federal charges. He has not been arrested and looks forward to his day in court, attorney Alex Spiro said. They send a dozen agents to pick up a phone when we would have happily turned it in. So let me see if I can pull up that 54 seconds or so and show you that video clip. Let's see here. I have it. This is fair use commentary. I can turn off the sound, but I want you to see what took place. So you can see officials entering the mayor's home outside. I am going to get his speech. Let me just see if I can turn up the volume here. This is important to listen into.
It is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false, based on lies. For months, leaks and rumors have been aimed at me in an attempt to undermine my credibility and paint me as guilty. Just this past week, they searched the home of our new police commissioner looking for documents from 20 years ago, just 1 week after he joined my administration. Enough. I will fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and my spirit. If I'm charged, I know I am innocent.
How many agents does it take to remove Mayor Eric Adams' cell phone? Again, let me just put up my email address so you can see it there on the screen. Let me leave that photo up for just a moment. So, in summary, investigators have searched New York City Mayor Eric Adams' official address after he is indicted on federal charges. The search at Gracie Mansion came as prosecutors are expected to reveal the exact charges that the mayor is facing. The mayor and other top city officials have faced growing scrutiny as part of a multiple federal corruption probe, including whether his campaign received illegal foreign donations from Turkey. Adams, a former police officer, was elected nearly 3 years ago with a promise to rein in crime. He has vowed to fight the charges and remains in office. So, this clip I took from the BBC. Again, there are many uh, news agencies carrying this story. All right. So, Adams faces conspiracy and wire fraud charges. Hang on, let me see if this is breaking. Hey, hang on, hang on. Let me see if this is updated. What we know. So, from the BBC, live reporting, 1542 hours BST time. I think that's British Standard Time. We are just going through, this is Madeline Halpert reporting from New York, says, we're just going through 57-page indictment against Eric Adams. Among several counts, he's been charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud, federal program bribery, and solicitation of a contribution by a foreign national. Again, Adams charged with 5 counts. New York City Mayor Eric Adams has been charged with 5 criminal. Again, this is moving so quickly. Let's see. Wait a minute, just a moment. With 5 criminal counts, according to an unsealed indictment, including bribery and conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Let me go up at 1547. So, what are the counts in the 5 counts in Adams' indictment? There are 5 district criminal counts in the Adams indictment. Count 1, conspiracy. Let me take this off the screen. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hold on for 1 second. There are 5 district criminal counts in the Adams indictment. Count 1, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, federal program bribery, and to receive contributions by foreign nationals. Count 2, wire fraud. Count 3, solicitation of a contribution by a foreign national. Count 4, solicitation of a contribution by a foreign national. And count 5, bribery. So again, I'm reading from BBC. Stay with us for more updates. Let me turn. Again, I'm going through various, let's see, updates here. Yes. From NBC News. At 10:42, 8 minutes ago, Mayor Adams' indictment unsealed. This is again NBC News, Andrew Carell. He is a news editor with NBC News Digital. Wrote, the Southern District of New York unsealed its 5-count indictment against Mayor Eric Adams in connection with contributions to his 2021 mayoral campaign, including from wealthy foreign business people and at least one Turkish government official seeking to gain influence over him. The charges, again, include 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, federal program bribery, and to receive campaign contributions by foreign nationals, 1 count of wire fraud, 2 counts of solicitation of a contribution by a foreign national, and 1 count of bribery. Hold on for 1 moment, please.
They go shorter with every hour, every minute of every day. Couldn't sleep even if I wanted to. Need to cherish every moment left with you. These shirts of color, fall is closing in. Break my heart yet once again. Wish I could slow down. Wish I just could stop. Maybe I wouldn't care if I could suffocate my feelings for you. I could just carry on, loving you without no trouble like we used to do. Oh, these shirts of color slow down. Just wish I could stop time. Wish I could stop time. Wish I could slow down. Slow down. When the leaves change their colors, you will break my heart just once again. Wish I could slow down. Wish I could stop. Wish I could stop time. Wish I could slow down. Wish I could stop time. Wish I could slow down. Wish I could stop time. Wish I could stop time. Wish I could stop time. Wish I could slow down. Wish I could stop time. Wish I could slow down. Wish I could stop time.
All right, so I'm back. As I was saying, and I might get interruptions from time to time, and when I do, I'll handle it just like that. Investigators were also looking into whether Adams pressured the city's fire commissioner, yes, to approve a new building housing the Turkish consulate, despite concerns over its safety. Federal agents showed up at the home around 6 a.m. with a search warrant and duffel bags, the sources said. They requested cell phones and a tablet and seized Adams' phone. The mayor was given a summons informing him that he would be indicted. One source said, noting that Adams was still unaware of what he was being charged with. The feds left his home after several hours, the two sources said. So, given that it was 6 a.m., here we are at 11, they were there for a while before that indictment was unsealed. The feds left his home again after several hours. If the case is related to the mayor's alleged involvement with Turkish government, Adams' team believes they will prevail. According to the sources, federal authorities believe they have exculpatory evidence that shows Adams contemporaneously advising his staff of the law and what not to do. As of now, Adams and the feds have not negotiated any type of surrender. In a statement last night, Adams said he would fight the charges. So now, let me come out and get your reaction to that first bit of news. Vicky Black says, I'm just going to go right at the bottom. I have to read this one. The guard dog protecting his home. So you heard my dog in the background. Yes. Any sound that my dog hears outside, it doesn't matter day or night, if he senses it's unusual, that's what dogs do, right? They're supposed to bark. You know what? Some dogs don't. I have seen videos where a person will show, and it's just for entertainment purposes, a little dog. And they have shown this example where the owner simulates that they are a burglar and they're breaking into the house. How about this little dog? They had the camera trained on him. Maybe he could tell it was the owner. Well, the owner comes in, and the dog just looks up and doesn't do anything. Just like turns his head side to side, like kind of twist it. Nah, it's nobody. So yes, my point is some dogs are trained as guard dogs. Well, while others are not. And some dogs, even the smaller dogs, can put forth a ferocious bite. I don't know. Let me look at some of your comments. And yes, we do that here too. You never know what to expect, my comments. Yes, I report on important news. And then sometimes, yes, just like that, I'll read your comments and break. Good morning. It is to Junebug, who says good morning to all. Let me see if there's anyone over on Instagram listening. There is. Who is Tesha? All right. Good morning to Tesha. I see you there. Let me. I'm going to say this. So, what was that? Oh, that's right. A little like barreling across the screen. You can do that. I have noticed, and maybe it's just what's going on right now with Instagram. It used to be that a number of people who would come and listen to me while I was, live, their accounts weren't private. Or I can just say there were many listeners compared to those who had private accounts and those who did not. There were more who did not. But recently, I found, no, really, that's why it sticks out to me, that the majority of people who are listening to me or following me, not following me, but listening, some that follow too, but listening, their accounts private, 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 private. And, a person can private their account. But I just thought it was an observation. That's all. An observation. Uh, Good morning over there on Facebook to Old School. Patricia, I see you over there. Good morning. And yes, you can choose to listen to me on any social media that I'm live on right now. Let me go ahead and check my email. We're going to continue to talk about this news. No, wait a minute. So I was just reading an email. All right. Let me focus back on the news. Hang on, guys. All right, so let's turn our attention to something else that's also um, important, especially for people who live in parts of Florida. Official Helene storm surge may change the landscape in parts of Florida. The hurricane is forecast to grow into one of the largest storms in the Gulf of Mexico in the last century. Let me see if I can pull that up. Let's see if I can pull up any pictures. Hang on. Let's do this. You can see there, I will show you more pictures. Wow. So Helena, or some people say Helene, closes in on the Gulf course. Hurricane Helene continues to intensify as it tracks north toward Florida Panhandle, the eye around which are the most dangerous and life threatening conditions is expected to make landfall this evening. You can track Helene's path with the CNN storm tracker. So you can go, and just type CNN storm tracker. A sprawling storm, Helene, is forecast to grow into one of the largest storms in the Gulf of Mexico in the last century, with a wind field that could span the distance between Indianapolis and Washington, D.C. Its huge size will result in higher storm surge and dangerous winds that stretch well inland. Widespread power outages are likely across the southeast. They're calling it unsurvivable storm surge. How high the water rises above normal levels could climb to 20 feet along Florida's Big Bend. The National Weather Service is warning of unsurvivable storm surge in Appalachia Bay. Widespread impact has already prompted schools and businesses closures. This is the storm Helene, as well as flight cancellations. Officials warn that catastrophic wind damage from the storm could cause power outages that will likely last for days, if not weeks. So let's see if I can show the breakdown here. Fair use commentary.
What you drawing?
My new friends. They live in my closet. This is Cece, Emma, Holly.
When roaches show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Yeah, good morning, Casey. Well, we're seeing exactly what we expected to see. The storm is continuing to strengthen. It will continue to do that as we go through the rest of the day today. Sustained winds right now, 90 miles per hour. That makes it a high-end Category 1. For some perspective, 95 miles per hour would be that threshold where we start talking about Category 2 storms. Now, the storm is over the Gulf of Mexico now. It is very warm water here. So we anticipate that this storm is going to continue to strengthen because this warm water is fuel for storms like this. So now what's expected to happen is it will continue to increase, eventually making it to a major hurricane, likely sometime today. When it does, it's going to continue its trek off to the north and make landfall late tonight somewhere along the Big Bend region of Florida. Now, at the time of landfall, the forward speed of this storm could be around 25 miles per hour or even faster than that. For some perspective, right now it's moving at 12 miles per hour. The thing is, when it moves that fast, especially as it will at landfall, that means it can move pretty far inland before it weakens back down to a tropical storm. You can see still expected to be a Category 1 hurricane across portions of southern and central Georgia. This means a lot of cities that are hundreds of miles away from the ocean, like Atlanta, Greenville, Spartanburg, and even Nashville, are likely to pick up significant impacts from this storm. Obviously, the highest impacts are going to be along the coast. You've got the potential for 15 to 20 feet of storm surge right there in the Big Bend region, not to mention incredibly heavy rainfall and strong winds through the day.
It's coming. Wow. 86 million people under watches and warnings from Helene. If you haven't made preparations, it's time. It's time. Unsurvivable, it's being said. Storm surges 20 up to 20 feet. There's no way that will cover most homes inland and certainly right on the coast there. Yeah. Some houses, are set up on these tall, I'll call them foundation, up where the water can go beneath the home. So I guess you call it platform or large legs that prop them up. I wonder if those homes will be able to survive. Some, it's interesting when you've seen the day after storm, you can see a house standing by one house that has completely been, demolished, and another house standing. I don't know. Fair use commentary. I'm getting a lot of emails, guys, right now. There might be something that I need to take care of here shortly. I will let you know. Let me continue on with any other news that I feel is worthwhile. Of course, it is election news. Let me tell you what the latest updates are on the 2024 election. And I didn't say how many days, but I think you could see here 39 days is the countdown to the election day in the US. All right, hang on. I have so many things up on my screen, or tabs. So the latest on the 2024 presidential race is this. Harris meets with Zelensky. Vice President Kamala Harris is focusing on foreign policy today, meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in Washington, D.C., as he makes a plea for continued U.S. support. I just mentioned this the other day. I didn't know that he would be meeting, but I mentioned the support for Ukraine and the dollars, the billions of dollars between Ukraine and Israel that the U.S. has given already. Harris will also speak about gun violence alongside President Joe Biden, while former President Donald Trump speaks to reporters from New York this afternoon. Did you see the sit down first televised interview? Melania Trump the former First Lady, Melania Trump, she spoke to Fox News about her forthcoming book, The Assassination Attempts Against Her Husband and Harris' Candidacy. It's a rather interesting interview. The portion that I watched was about 12 minutes. And what she said that stood out both times, that there was an attempt on her husband's life. She said she had to watch on television each time. And when she tried to get in touch with Secret Service, at first she couldn't because, of course, they were, it was in the immediate aftermath. And then she was able to reach them. And it's when they told her husband was okay. This is the first time, had been rushed to the hospital, and her son would, go to see Donald Trump in the hospital, former President Donald Trump. Just imagine. She had to give the news to her son. She said it was difficult. But go and take a look at it. The Trump assassination attempt probe, the House task force charged with investigating the assassination attempt against Trump in Pennsylvania, is questioning local law enforcement officials in its first hearing today on Capitol Hill. This comes as Trump announced yesterday that he is returning to the site of the shooting for a rally on October 5th. And more legal woes. Meanwhile, a New York appeals court is hearing arguments Thursday in Trump's bid to have $454 million civil fraud judgment against him dismissed. That's $455 million. This is one of several legal challenges the former president faces while running again for president. Also, 28 minutes ago, Harris plans to use U.S.-Mexico border trip on Friday to call out Trump and tout her record. Vice President Kamala Harris plans to use her trip to the U.S.-Mexico border to slam former President Donald Trump for scuttling a bipartisan border bill and lean into her work as California Attorney General, according to a campaign aide. The Harris campaign announced on Wednesday the vice president will make a stop at the U.S. southern border while visiting Arizona on Friday, confirming a CNN report. While she's making the trip, some of Harris' campaign officials remain concerned about the gap in polling, which shows Trump holding a lead on the issue, but also see an opportunity to narrow a gap that they believe is closing and try to shut down GOP attacks over her not visiting the border enough. That is an issue that she's facing and likely to come up again and again and again. So why don't I play this song? I pulled it up. I played it before. It's called Like a Queen, and I will be right back.
Why are you going back and forth? I can't keep keep up with your mood swings. What is trouble in your mind? Are you doing this just to test me? I'm bad at handling this type of thing. Why I don't get it, you say it's a man thing. Babe, I wanna be around. I just wanna make your heart sing. But you're not letting me, get through to you. Yeah. If you let your guard down, baby, this is what I'll do. Come on, baby. Love you, I will love you, I will love you like a queen. I'm willing to take you to a place you've never been. Love you, I will love you, I will love you like a queen. I would love to take you to a place you've never been. What is trouble in your mind? Baby, why can't you just tell me? I just wanna be your bride. I wanna give our love away. So you're not letting me, get through to you. Yeah. If you let your guard down, baby, this is what I'll do. Love you, I will love you, I will love you like a queen. I'm willing to take you to a place you've never been. Love you, I will love you, I will love you like a queen. I would love to take you to a place you've never been before. To a place you've never been before. I would love to take you to a place you've never been before.
Finally don't get no fuss, finally be riding on my way. Finally woke up with some luck in the book. I don't give a what someone say. Finally got my friends in the back of my roller. We gon' make it big one day. We gon' make it big, I say. We gon' make it big, just stay in there. Stay in the morning. Stay in the moment with me. Give you a moment. Give you a moment with me. Smell all the roses. Smell all the roses with me. Just give you a moment. Stay in the moment with me. You woke up from a while. Haven't seen you smile since December. Ripped your heart, got a brand new one. Since you got lost in November. See it in your eyes when we leave for the night. Way too many heartbreaks still on your mind. Let the flame burn down for a while. Let the flame blur out for a while. Stay in the morning. Stay in the moment with me. Give you a moment. Give you a moment with me. Smell all the roses. Smell all the roses with me. Just give you a moment. Stay in the moment with me. Stay in the moment. Stay in the moment with me. Give you a moment. Give you a moment with me. dance with me. Just give you a moment. Stay with me. I know you're hiding behind that pretty brown face. I see you climbing, been trying to find your way. Let's see you smiling. Since we were stuck in late, big girl jump the rooftop and come watch the skyline with me.
All right, I was going through an exceedingly amount of emails just then. Had to run another song. I hope you've enjoyed this broadcast so far. So far. All right, so for that little bit of the messy mocha, it's typically this part. Sometimes I've started at the beginning, but I just wanted to remind people. Let's pull this back up. How we want to do this? How are we going to do this? Okay. Let's try it this way. Okay, no. Let's try it like this. Or like that. All right, so I have checked to find out if there are any updates to the court documents in the filing of Smith versus Robertson this morning. And so far, as I reported last night, there hadn't been an update filed to show that there was yet a receipt. Hang on, let me just see it. Ooh. I want to tell you exactly what I'm looking for. A service documents received. So that item is still not filed or entered in the court documents. Also, a certificate of service. All right. But I want to remind you right now, for those of you who missed it, what the complaint was. And I'm just going to cover maybe one or two of the statements. So, all right. So there was a claim that was filed on August the 23rd in the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Michigan. The plaintiff in the case is Kimberly Smith, and the defendant named is Danielle Robertson. The case was assigned to a judge, but the party to this complaint, the plaintiff, filed a statement of claim. And I'm going to read this claim. It's claim 1 and claim 2. It's not long at all. In claim 1, Kimberly Smith wrote, copyright infringement and unauthorized alteration on or about August 12th of this year. Defendant Danielle Robertson, also known as Danny Montana, used and altered my copyrighted photos without my permission or authorization. The photos in question depicting 1, my content on YouTube and TikTok was created by me on or around May 19, 2024, me in nightly wear, and also my creative works on YouTube videos. sure my mic is open. It is. Defendant Danielle Robertson unlawfully manipulated my photograph by attaching my image to the body of a raccoon. Side by side image of me beside an owl, and side by side a raccoon. Still shots of several of my videos and reproduced, distributed, and or displayed these altered versions on their website and YouTube channel without my consent. This unauthorized use and alteration of my photographs constitutes copyright infringement under 17 USC 50C or 501, as well as a violation of my moral rights as the original creator. The unauthorized, it says, the unauthorized of my work has caused harm to my reputation as a YouTuber, an artist, and the use of my image in this manner has resulted in emotional distress, loss of control of my integrity of my work, and potential dilution of the value of photograph and YouTube channel. I seek damages for the infringement, including statutory damages, as well as an injunction to prevent further unauthorized use and alterations of my photos. That's claim one. And secondly, is claim two, invasion of privacy and defamation on or around August 12, 24. The defendant, Danielle Robertson, also known as Danny Montana, willfully and maliciously invaded my privacy by publicly disclosing my personal and sensitive information without my consent. This information included my home address and details of my housing situation, all of which were posted on YouTube to her over 1,000 subscribers, plus by the defendant. Additionally, the defendant urged viewers to call the IRS, the Department of Agriculture, the Detroit Housing Commission, and the Inspector General on me, falsely accusing me of having a felony by posting my mugshots online, and publicly disclosed untrue and defamatory statements regarding my criminal record. Defendant also obtained information about my traffic tickets by making unauthorized inquiries, further invading my privacy. These actions have caused significant harm to my reputation, emotional distress, have jeopardized my safety. The public dissemination of my private information and the spread of false statements about my criminal record constitutes an egregious violation of my right to privacy and have defamed my character. I seek compensatory and punitive damages for the invasion of privacy and defamation, including but not limited to emotional distress, harm to my reputation, and the costs with safeguarding my personal information. Additionally, I request an injunction to prevent defendant from further disseminating any of my personal information or making defamatory statements about me. This claim contains 28 pages, which include photographs of some of these pictures that are in claims 1 and 2. Okay. Now, the countdown on my left, there are about 4 days left in this month. And so that is a rolling countdown. I picture it each time. What does it represent? Why did I put it up? To the time that the U.S. Marshals actually service Daniel Robertson in this case, and that they are entered into court documents, the history documents. So again, I don't know where it is in the process, but I do know it's in this phase. All right. Now, let me come out and see if I can get any comments read before I say goodbye. It's now an hour and 1 minute. Yes. Oh, all right. With regards to claim number, let's see, let me go back just before I read any of your comments. And I have not had any breakfast and my stomach is growling. Let's see. I want the part where she talks about the allegations of here. It's in claim number 2. The statement, this information posted on YouTube to her 11,000 plus subscribers. Additionally, the defendant urged viewers again to call IRS, the Department of Agriculture, Detroit Housing Commission, and Inspector General on me, falsely accused me of having a felony by posting my mugshots online and publicly disclosed untrue and defamatory statements regarding my criminal record. All right. I highlight that part because, one, I haven't read any criminal records, felonies. That doesn't mean, I just need to say this in general, all right? That doesn't mean something out there exists. It just simply means my statement, all right? I also want to make it clear, it is not my position to defend a charge, a conviction, I should say, of a felony. That's not why I'm talking about this case. I'm talking about it because what is alleged in the case from the plaintiff and why they are filing it, and to follow the case along as documents are entered. I'm also interested in this case because the defendant, Daniel Robertson, has also done things that would line up with the plaintiff in this case. All right. So I am highly interested to right now, one, find out the status of these documents being served on Daniel Robertson. But more importantly, for me, also, if this would lead to the identity of the true identity of Daniel Robertson. I showed to my audience recently, I showed receipts of where Daniel Robertson has put that name, Daniel Robertson, responded to YouTube and legally signed a document and swore to that document that Daniel Robertson is her legal name. Okay. That document I have, and several others that support Daniel Robertson saying that that's her legal name. Okay. So then, if something should come back to contradict that from Daniel Robertson, such as something like this, again, this is fair use commentary, for criticism, for news reporting, for my analysis, right? My opinion, that if Daniel Robertson is served these papers and her response, again, there's different scenarios. If she responds to it and says, I'm not Daniel Robertson, that's going to be a contradiction. That can be proven. It's going to be, are you or aren't you? Who do you trust in this case? The defendant who says, I am Daniel Robertson on a legal document multiple times, and knowingly that that could be a federal offense? Or are you going to believe someone now being at sometime in the future, should this happen, this scenario, says, I'm not Daniel Robertson. You've served the wrong person. You see, once that service occurs, she's going to be given a certain amount of time to respond. Of course, we have to get through the first part of this phase to know that she's been served. Okay. She has given also on that same document that I have an address that she says is her address. Okay. A legal name and address that she also swore to that this information is true. So if service occurs at that address to a Daniel Robertson at that address, I wonder what her response will be. Again, there's scenarios such as, oh, I never received it. Are you saying that you're Daniel Robertson and you never received it? 2, are you saying that someone different than yourself who has said that your address was in receipt of that? Did you have communications with that person? Did they have communications with you? Another scenario. How are you going to spin it, Danielle Robertson? Again, we've got to get through this first to know that it's been entered. Yes. And that's part of the rolling countdown. Another clock will go up once that individual is in receipt of the summons and the complaint, and the receipt has been entered into the court documents, history of documents. But again, she will have to answer those documents. Now, her answer could be, it's all this or that. I want you to just drop the case. It has no merit. Oh, she could do that too. But that would mean that she received these summons, correct? Because only Danielle Robertson or her lawyer is to respond, right? So does she have a lawyer that's going to craft a response? A real lawyer. Remember, she's talked about everyone else's lawyers as fake lawyers, and I have that video too. So again, I'm just going to use the same measure that she would use against others who have lawyers and question their validity if whether or not she too has a lawyer that she's paid, or maybe it's pro bono, but a lawyer, a true lawyer, a real lawyer with an address, not a post office box lawyer. No, not the same kind of lawyer that allegedly one of her friends put up a couple of years back when Tales from the Cult was trying to get in touch, and this person put up a P.O. box lawyer. No, not a P.O. box lawyer who was later found out to be, oh, y'all don't want to hear about that. No, a real lawyer. A real lawyer. Or is she going to say a pro se lawyer? Oh, there was a P.O. box lawyer that hopped around. Yes. That hopped around the issue too, but I digress. A real lawyer, not a P.O. box. You can't catch me lawyer. No. Not the kind of lawyer that Angelica Floyd thought that was a lawyer. Not the kind of lawyer that writes, emails and tries to be probative. That's not a lawyer. Not a lawyer that because they studied for a period of time, but changed their major to a minor in something different. Not that kind of lawyer. A real bona fide lawyer with a real address. Someone that can actually pick up a phone kind of a lawyer. Not a lawyer that hides behind burner phones kind of lawyer. Not that kind of lawyer. Not an alias lawyer. That part. No, not an alias lawyer, multi-faceted alias lawyer who changes their alias and their burner phones at the drop of a dime kind of a lawyer. Not that kind of lawyer. A board. Yes, a license. No, one that has passed the bar kind of a lawyer. One that can be looked up kind of a lawyer. with an ID kind of a lawyer. Yes, not a robot lawyer. No. Remember this same individual who I have, the receipts of them talking about lawyers and put my lawyer's picture up in a exclusive kind of a video where she just talked about my attorney for about an hour. Yeah. Who successfully defended me recently against a fraudulent PPO. That kind of a lawyer. That's the kind of a lawyer, yes, you put out real money in dollars for. That's the kind of lawyer. Now you can get any kind of lawyer that you want to represent you. But a real lawyer, nonetheless, a real lawyer that at least has won, at least one. Yes. So I think that was a good investment on my part, at least for that. So that kind of a lawyer that was denounced, that kind of a lawyer. It's like, show me the money, honey. No, that kind of a lawyer. So that kind of a lawyer who would respond, just so we can come back all around full circle. The kind of lawyer that when she served the summons and the claim, that could respond, a legal response. That's why I talked about that kind of a lawyer. That is not harassment. No. Mm-mm. That has meaning and purpose, my conversation about it. This is the part of MessyMocha, 17 minutes and 56 seconds beyond 60 minutes. The Essence Aesthetic says, I can't wait to see what happens. You and me both. You and me both. And yes, it's 11:51. I hope to conclude this broadcast right around noon. So that gives us a little bit more time plus. Let me read some of your comments, emails. Okay, I'll get to those here in a moment. Hang on for 1 second. Why not play this in the background? I kind of like the melody, the music. Are we going to get to it? Told you so. Told you so. I told you so, and so, and so, and so. Now, I know you'd rather hear South Boy sing the song. Yeah. Why not? Let me find it for you. I just love the lyrics. And I can follow along. has such a nice, oh, you can follow just like the.
So don't you tell me I am selfish just because I look out for myself.
You mean looking for this?
I've been working hard so I won't have to cry when I'm older. I could have done this or that. I remember when I used to. Don't do it cause it doesn't work. I'd rather tell you, shoot your shots. I did it, so I know you got this. We're all living one manifest. You'll get your dreams, just do your best. So don't you tell me I am helpless just because I'm searching for myself. I've been working hard just so I can say I told you so. I told you so. I don't need your approval to be myself. I got that on myself. Gracefully, gotta keep it cozy. I'ma take it slowly, one step at a time till my time is up. Why you stay mad at me? We gon' make mistakes, we gon' disagree. Are you so proud of me? If you just wait and see, you gon' rise. So don't you tell me I am selfish just because I look out for myself. I've been working hard so I won't have to cry when I'm older. I could have done this or that. I remember when I used to. Don't do it cause it doesn't work. I'd rather tell you, shoot your shots. I did it, so I know you got this. We're all living for manifest. You'll get your dreams, just do your best. So don't you tell me I am helpless just because I'm searching for myself. I've been working hard just so I can say I told you so. I told you so.
That's my new nighttime theme that I've been playing the last few broadcasts. I told you so. No, it's told you so. Just because I look out for myself, somebody else looking out for themselves this morning. Okay, so I'm going to read a few of these comments. Yes, fair use commentary. Essence says, this is good. Shirley says, in response to a complaint, Danny listed a lawyer and then follows by saying, when someone contacted him, he claimed that he did not know her. Click. Keep an eye out for the real federal U.S. Marshals. There's our Canadian Ricola McClurg. The Essence says, Cheryl, I thought you weren't speaking publicly about this legal matter. I don't know. Someone named Charlene. It's not verifiable, but puts it all in caps. I don't know. I don't know on what basis. She says Danielle lives in LA. Okay. There is a Danielle that lives in LA. Don't know if it's the same Danielle. Again, that's all alleged. Listen carefully. The essence says seems like an inquiry from the plaintiff or someone related. Is that too sure? I don't know. Yes, we have more Bush babies. Email us at unwindwithteddy@gmail.com. For what it's worth, Cheryl says. Someone, Jaguar, contacted the attorney during a live stream, and Danielle neither acknowledged nor refuted this. I think you're saying refuted the fact that this attorney, who was alleged to be the one that was listed, had no knowledge of this being. In other words, denying it. Huh. Wouldn't that put her in a very tight shoe? Because if she were to come out and speak it and say, that's my attorney, no, that's not true, then someone could easily use that against her. You see, told you so. Told you so. Eventually, even the smartest person in the room can be outsmarted by someone else. It just depends on the room, doesn't it? Isn't that the predicate? That it depends on the room. So maybe when Danielle is standing in a room, she can be the smartest person in the room. But now, maybe you are going to be standing in a different room, allegedly. And there will be someone who will be smarter than you. She says she'll never be checked. Who gonna check me? Boo. Wow. All I can go by. Isn't that interesting? My phone is ringing. It's 12 o'clock exactly. I'm not going to go over there and pick up the phone. No. 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 So I was on that point. The smartest person in the room. Maybe there will be someone different. I don't know. I can only go by, and then the phone rang. The history, the document, what has been filed, entered right now. I've told you what the court is, those two things for now. Then once that is in receipt, to be redundant, that rolling clock will be reset. That's right. Is there anything else? It's 12:02. If you do have questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, if you enjoyed this broadcast, please give me a thumbs up on your way out or respond up or down. Email me at unwindwithteddy@gmail.com. Join me later tonight. I was just about to say something else. Okay, let me go to the bottom. Let me go. Yes, don't forget to check out Unwind with Teddy and Run Tell That Too, Community Wall for updates and changes. The clerk. That's perfect, Teddy. U.S. Marshals looking out for somebody too. Oh, all right. Cheryl says that's correct. All right, so we are talking about that. lawyer, the alleged lawyer. Let me tell you guys. Okay, so here's how Danielle plays things. All right, it's easy. She will simply look up someone's name, address, telephone number, use that same information and put it in a post or a legal document. So it's a placeholder until somebody finds out that the information that she's put in that placeholder is bogus. Okay. Like, for example, calls. So she gives the appearance that it's real information. Yeah, it's just a placeholder, allegedly. And what shows that she's not such a Montana is that she won't make that phone call herself. She won't prove it to be what? Who have been saying? Prove the receipts or to what have I been asking for all along? That she's so good at when she wants to make her point. She can dial up everyone, call up everyone, dox anyone. It's the same thing Black Rabbit was good at too, and would, come and run and show what? She loved to do it. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, prove somebody wrong. So prove that person wrong. Pick up the phone, call that lawyer. Let's say, this is Danielle. You are my lawyer. I put you down. And somebody checked. Are you sure you didn't receive that payment? Are you sure? Are you sure? Because I, tongue in cheek, sent it. We're going to see, that's right, it's called perjury. We're going to see who responds, how the response is. Let's just see how she's going to wiggle her way out of this one. And yes, we can look that up. Cheryl says, isn't it a felony offense to list attorneys of record who do not actually represent you on a legal document? I can't answer that off the top of my head. I haven't researched that. I haven't looked it up. But that would be an awesome question. Do we have like a few more minutes? Okay, let's see. Let me close my mic just for a moment.
No wonder why you said goodbye in such a rush. I guess you had your thing to do again. These lonesome days, an ocean wide, a grain of sand goes on, and I can't reach you now. We're forever lost together. There's nothing we can do. Our last endeavor against the weather has broken us in two. It's been my anxious mind, my new best friend. A bitter taste that lingers on my tongue. Now it's too late, we drift away through space and time. I was too dumb to fight it, I can't reach you now. We're forever lost together, there's nothing we can do. Our last endeavor against the weather has broken us in two.
All right. I do have an answer. I do. I asked the question, and just like Cheryl posed it here, let me tell you what the response is. The good old Google or the good old AI or the good old, let me just do this. Let me tell you. So, yes, is the response. Falsifying an attorney's name on a legal document can be considered a serious offense. If someone lists an attorney of record who does not actually represent them, it could be construed as fraud or misrepresentation. This could potentially be a felony depending on the jurisdiction and circumstances. In legal context, misrepresenting information, especially about legal representation, can have severe consequences, including criminal charges for fraud, forgery, or even obstruction of justice. Penalties can vary, but this is definitely considered unethical and illegal. In both Delaware, so I went on to search for Delaware and California, falsifying an attorney's name on a legal document can have serious legal consequences. And let's first break down Delaware. Fraud. Falsifying an attorney's name on a legal document can be prosecuted as fraud, which is a crime involving intentional deception to secure unfair or unlawful gain. Forgery. Under Delaware 11 Delaware 861, forgery includes creating or altering a document with the intent to deceive. Hashtag D for deceive. Falsifying an attorney's name could fall under this, especially if the intent is to mislead the court or other parties. Felony classification. If the act is found to be forgery or fraud, depending on the intent and damages, it can be classified as a felony. Delaware treats such crimes seriously with penalties including fines and imprisonment. California. Forgery in California under Penal Code 470. Forgery includes signing someone else's name or falsifying information on legal documents. Falsifying an attorney's name and could be seen as forgery if the intent is to defraud. Fraud. If there is an intent to deceive the court or other parties by misrepresenting legal representation, it could lead to charges of fraud under California Penal Code, felony or misdemeanor. California law treats forgery and fraud as wobblers, meaning they can be charged as either a misdemeanor or a felony depending on the circumstances, such as the monetary value involved or the extent of the deception. In both states, falsifying an attorney's name can lead to civil penalties as well as disbarment or sanctions for attorneys if they are involved. The individual committing the offense can face severe criminal charges. Heretofore, an answer. Intentional. I was listening to that. Intentional deception. Intentional. You know, having receipts tucked away for a rainy day. Tucked away for a rainy day. I have such receipts that would prove her intention to deceive, for example, her intention to lie to YouTube and then come on her channel, admit that she was deliberate in her intention to lie to YouTube to cover up her name as she impersonated Daniel Elizabeth Allen. Y'all better leave me alone because I have receipts. Oh, I could be considered a third party and if I wanted to be a witness. What documents was this attorney listed on and pertaining to what case? Please, Teddy, clarify. This is a question that can be asked of Cheryl, who asked that question and who put in, well, let's see, I believe it was Cheryl, who brought to our attention, let me go up. Yes, I think it was a part 1 and a part 2 of her question. I'm going up. Here it is. Cheryl says, for what it's worth, someone, Jaguar, right, contacted the attorney during a live stream, and Danielle neither acknowledged or refuted this. And then she went on further to say, as a follow-up, how we got to this point. That's why I question whether she might be listing attorneys of record who, in fact, did not represent her. We now have proof that she does. Okay. Essence says, I feel like making a spectacle of this will hurt everyone in the long run, not you, Teddy. When this is brought to the court, she will have to give depositions and provide documentation of some kind. Yes, that real attorney will need to respond. I got that. I read it. I did. Okay. Follow the money. Follow the digital footprints. Just adding to her charges. Sure, we have a few more minutes. The federal court will make her provide all of this documentation in both cases, Jag and Kimmy, if they make it to the stage. Yeah, if it goes the distance. I say let her dig her hole deeper and deeper. Essence says that per Google AI, yes, in California. Well, we've also looked that up thanks to Cheryl's question. YouTube legal team should be informed of this. Intentional, yes, I think so. And then circling back to what documents was this attorney listed on? I would, I'm not certain, but if they're out there, that would stand to be looked at. These documents. Great job, Teddy. Thank you. And yes. So to all who send out fake cease and desist letters on YouTube, make note. Ricola, who has seen this document with the alleged attorney? I have not seen it. And I made that clear in the beginning when Teddy takes that sip and says, we will do our due diligence over here. The essence, yes. This video has now been removed. Danielle took her channel down. Ooh. A Jaguar channel. Okay, I've got to catch up to some of this. Who is we that have proof? Answer, have you seen the document? Sure. Interesting. That part is interesting. The live video with Jaguar speaking to the attorney has now been removed. It's all right. It's been removed if that is it. Jaguar Wright has that video. Let me tell you how she has it. For those of you who don't know how to get your videos that have been taken down, can you just give me just a quick second? All right. So listen up. I have a sure proof method to know that even if your videos are taken down, you have those videos. Okay. I'm not just talking about YouTube unless, hear me out. First, I would need to ask Jaguar, is Jaguar's channel down, like she has no access to it? Would be my first question. If she has access to her channel, even though the video has been removed, she can go into her studio and click on, let's see, I want to go step by step, easy. Go into her studio, click on content, then click on the video that has been removed. Okay. Once you click on the video that has been removed, you're going to see big blackout box. Click on that big blackout box, and suddenly it's going to reappear. It's going to reappear. Told you so. Once that big black box reappears, what you're going to do when they come for you? No, I couldn't resist that. What you're going to do is you're going to go on your StreamYard. Go on your StreamYard and create 2 tabs. Told you so. Listen carefully. Create yourself 2 tabs. Go under present or present in your StreamYard. Okay. And go under let's see, you can go under, yes. You can go under either video view or how you want to view the screen. Under tabs. Make sure that am I giving away too much information? If you want to know step by step, contact me via email at unwindwithteddy@gmail.com. Just in case you don't have time to wait for YouTube to, respond and get you those for evidence and all of that. And then the other way is to, simulcast to simulcast to social media to get your backups. And then as soon as you do, back up your backups, download your videos, make sure that you have an offline source, not just a cloud source. Make sure you have a hard Teddy stop. Okay, I think you guys get the point. Let's see. Essence says her spirit was the document shown with the attorney's name confirming Danielle submitted it through proper channels. Okay. Let's see. Essence says, since you said it, let me see. You think it's a storyline. Okay. Storyline. Again, I said allegedly, but what I have always are receipts. Okay. Spirit says McClurg exactly stated to YouTube false information regarding an attorney. That's very damaging by itself if it is, and if it is on YouTube, they will be able to obtain that. So get to that point. My countdown is clicking down almost. Yes, more minutes and seconds. Essence says, why is it always after the hour? You see. So we're not going to respond if anyone saw the document. Okay. Even speaking to someone stating a lawyer represents you and in fact is a lie is also misrepresentation. Okay. Again, my job here this morning is, I've read through the comments, questions, given my opinions, listened to some of yours, and process it how you will. I'm trying to do it in the correct manner. All right. I think that should do it for me, or shall do it for me. Intentional misrepresentation. Yes. Let me check my email one more time, real quick. Whoop. More news alerts, more things about Eric Adams. Okay. Yeah, yes, we know falsehood. Yes, we know. Yeah. All right. That's it for me. Please hit the like again on your way out. Email me at unwindwithteddy@gmail.com. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the Grizzlies. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Have a great Thursday.
So don't you tell me I am selfish just because I look out for myself. I've been happy, working hard so I won't have to cry when I'm older. could have done this or that. I remember when I used to. Don't do it cause it doesn't work. I'd rather tell him, shoot your shots. I did it, so I know you got this. We're all living one manifest. You'll get your dreams, just do your best. So don't you tell me I am helpless just because I'm searching for myself. I've been high, working hard, just so I can say I told you so. I told you so. I don't need your approval to be myself. I got that on myself. Gracefully, gotta keep it cozy. I'ma take it slowly, one step at a time till my time is up. Why you stay mad at me? We gon' make mistakes, we gon' disagree. Are you so proud of me? If you just wait and see, you gon' rise. So don't you tell me I am selfish just because I look out for myself. I've been happy, working hard, so I won't have to cry when I'm older. I could have done this or that. I remember when I used to. Don't do it cause it doesn't work. I'd rather tell him, shoot your shots. I did it, so I know you got this. We're all living one manifest. You'll get your dreams, just do your best. So don't you tell me I am helpless just because I'm searching for myself. I've been high, working hard, just so I can say I told you so. I told you so.